Do you see now?
Yes.
Yeah. The previous one is like this, and then I change.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, so go to 3.7.
So I put that one in the chat. So your information was good for the answer, but I think the answer fits 3.8.
Oh,
That,
3.8.
I mean, the answer you did for 3.7, see student guide on page 57, that fits 3.8.
Oh,
Yeah, so if you read 3.7, it says briefly explain 3 benefits for counsellors to document and store information. So they're asking, why is it good to store information?
oh,
So I put that in the chat.
oh, I don't see anything in the chat.
Oh, I can see it in the chat. If you scroll up, I just labeled it 3.7. Can you see it?
No,
Oh, maybe because I did it before you joined. Maybe
maybe.
I'll copy and paste it now. Maybe that's why. I assumed you could see it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just put that there.
Oh, so what I did for 3.7 should be the answer for 3.8. Is it?
Yeah, yes.
Oh.
I mean, I used what you said and I read as well. So I'll put in 3.8 now. I only wrote about 70 words, but I couldn't make it any bigger. But you might have ideas, because your ideas for that were good, but I think they want you to tell how you would break them up. So you'd have one big folder, and maybe that folder would be called Learning Theories.
Yeah.
And then you'd click on that and there'd be maybe 2 or more folders. So I just thought, if you used one the most, you could call that EMP, Erickson, Maslow, and Piaget. You could have that in one folder, and in another folder have articles maybe that you used less often.
Okay.
That's just my idea.
Yeah.
From reading the student guide, but
Yes.
I'm not good at that sort of organizational things on the computer. You're probably better than me.
I also not good.
So that's less than 100 words, but I can't think of what else
more
to write.
than 90. Yeah.
Oh, more than 90. Oh, that's close enough then.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I would store these resources in a folder label learning series. Within this folder, I would have 2 other folders. One label series EMP, where I would store the relevant material of Erickson, Maslow, and Piaget. That I most often looked up. And the second folder, I would label articles, where I would store articles related to learning theories such as the modern lifespan, perspective, and alcoholism causes, risk factors, developmental perspective, material that I perhaps less often looked up. As I save more material, I might need to create more subdivisions. Oh, great.
So I'm just guessing, you would look at Erikson,
Yes, yes.
Maslow, and Piaget more
However,
often.
I thank you a lot because I I I really don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there was how about the 3.7? You could see
3.7.
if you're,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, yeah.
If I found the
Sorry, that's 3.6. So you fix that one, and then there's 3.7.
okay, here.
Oh, good.
Yeah. 3 benefits include a reduced time spent on researching, knowing where to find information when needed, therefore more efficient. Convenience in ongoing evolution, easy to
Evaluation.
evaluation. Okay, evaluation, easy to ensure that information is current and not outdated. Outdated. Outdated mean not used anymore.
That's right.
Yeah.
Too old.
Yes, outdated.
Hmm.
Uh, Opposite of outdated is upgrade or
Up to date.
up to date. Yes, up to date.
Opposite outdated.
Yes, up to date. Or just no longer needed. Encouraging study. When we know exactly where things are, we are encouraged to study materials which will help our counseling practice.
That came directly from the student book, but I just put it in different words.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the 3 good reasons for storing information, so that you can find it.
Yes, yes. Great.
So you might just want to change the font.
Uh-huh.
Because of the copy and paste, it's a different font.
Here cannot do anything.
Or
Cannot
you might be able to
change.
type over it or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Maybe just let it be because cannot be edited.
Okay, might not matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's big.
Okay,
Up to
doesn't
it.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now go to 3.9. Integrating your knowledge.
Integrating.
Integrating. Okay. Integrating your knowledge. The following questions require you to draw upon all of the knowledge and skills you have learned throughout this section and previous sections of the study guide. 3.9. Complete the table on the following page by identifying the developmental theory that each counselor is applying. Theory. Freud's psychoanalytical theory, Erikson's psychosocial stages, Bowlby attachment theory, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, Piaget's cognitive development theory. Yeah.
So they appeared to be correct.
Yes.
From what I could tell. But it was tricky. This one was quite tricky, I thought. So I agreed. Yes, I agreed. That was Erikson.
Yeah.
And the next one, I thought Freud. Yeah, stuck in a particular phase of childhood development. I thought Freud.
Yeah.
And then C, Piaget. I wasn't sure about that one, but you're probably right. I was going to do D and E.
Yeah.
And then I think it has to be Piaget because I thought D and E, I thought you had those right.
Yes. For C, I found on page study guide page 40.
Mhm.
40, 10C. But I read not only one area, many page related to C. Please help me to check.
Yes.
Sarah is 8. Her mother is concerned that Sarah is intellectually challenged. The counselor discusses with Sarah's mother about how Sarah has been progressing with reasoning and solving abstract problems.
Mm. So do you want to go to page 40? And we'll check that one.
Yeah. See. Oh, not this one.
Oh,
Maybe I confused.
or maybe if you scroll up, it might.
Here.
Yeah, because she's
Yeah.
8 years old.
This area.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say yes, because it does say abstract problems there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's done then.
Okay. So have you finished that unit now?
Not yet.
Not yet. It looked almost like the end.
Still some more here.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Because I had your study guide, but it seemed to end there. So I thought, oh, maybe you're submitting after this.
Not yet. Until 3.13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting there.
Yeah. Close.
Close.
Yeah, now go to 3.10.
Do you want to read, Suchia? Read out loud?
Yes. Imagine that you are working with a client, James, who is in his mid-40s. 40 should have one more U, is it?
In British English.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
He is a successful and well-known actor and has won many awards in his career, as well as getting the recognition of his peers. He says that he never dreamt as a child that he would have so much success. James came from a poor family as one of the younger of 6 children. He always wore.
Yeah, war.
Yeah. He always wore hand-me-down clothes. So hand-me-down clothes mean not new clothes.
Yeah, especially handed down from your brothers or sisters.
Yeah, I always did that.
Yeah, or cousins hand me down.
Yeah. As a small child, his parents were so busy trying to make ends meet.
Yeah, it's an expression, means trying to pay the bills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just, I guess with the money they earn and the bills, just paying the bills.
And then gone.
Or just feeding the children, living kind of week to week, month to month.
Yes. In Khmer say it's only enough for eating and then Yeah, nothing,
Right. Yeah.
nothing left.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe like that.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They had little time for the children. He was a sensitive child and struggled at school with what he now recognizes
Mhm.
was a learning disability. Because his 5 siblings were clever and did well at school, his parents thought that he was just being lazy. His father beat him at times for waking. Waking.
Wagging school means when your parents think you have gone to school, but then you go and play with
Somewhere.
your friends or go to the
Oh,
river
I like
or
this word. Waking. Yes. Sometimes they play game outside of the
that's
class or
right.
something. Yes,
Yes.
wagging. Oh yeah, wagging school. Yeah, I cannot find this word. Telling James he would never amount to anything, would never amount to anything.
Mm.
Maybe.
Like never come to anything, amount to anything, add up to anything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I guess we use amount with sometimes counting. So you'll never be anything, is what
Mhm.
his father told him.
Like maybe like people may think he is useless, cannot
That's
do
right.
anything. Yeah.
Yes.
Unless he studied and tried to better himself. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. At school, James was a target of bullies, and more than one teacher had told him he was stupid. Ow. Yeah, but now teacher never said that word.
Yes, they shouldn't.
Yeah, yes, but in the past, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, before becoming a teacher, they have to train for 2 years for teaching. What to call this training?
Um, in Australia, it's a Bachelor of Education.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And it used to be only 1 year in Australia, but
Uh-huh.
now the government made it 2.
Okay, okay. You know, I started to teach before I got that course.
Mm.
And then I come back to study that it is called Garuk Kosal in Khmer. It is the course training the teacher to teach in primary school.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized that what I have taught was completely wrong.
Right.
Because I used to punish my student a lot.
Right. Uh-huh.
But in the rule of teaching is not that.
Look, what teachers should do and what teachers do are sometimes different.
Yeah.
So, Eden tells me that at her high school, there are still teachers who lose control and scream a lot at the children. And
Oh,
I think that isn't effective teaching. They
that's
shouldn't
right.
do that.
That's right.
But personality and circumstances always come into it.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're not always the positive role models that they should be.
Yeah. Sometimes they express the real feeling.
That's right. Yeah.
Like being a police have to respect the law, but some police
That's right.
still have corruption.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Even in the developed country or like in America or something still.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here, yeah.
Um, he grew up with a strong sense of inferiority.
Inf-
In
inferiority.
inferiority.
Mm.
inferiority and hopelessness. So inferiority means fear. It could.
It comes from the word inferior, not as good as others.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. In his 20s, James was unable to settle on any kind of career and drifted.
Drifted. Yeah. Didn't have a goal, just drifted.
Oh, yeah. For a number of years. By chance, he went to an acting class and realized that this was something that he really enjoyed. And despite a belief that the odds were against him. Odds means stranger, is it?
Odds means kind of like chances. You know, when people gamble, say they gamble on a horse race, this horse is going to win because it's won many races. Here, he thought he can't win because he's lost so many times.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a trauma.
Yeah.
He decided to try to become a professional actor. Oh, big dream. Despite his success, James says that he still feels like a fraud. And
not genuine. Like he's not really an actor.
Oh, okay.
He feels like he couldn't possibly be a real actor.
Okay. That one day others will realize that he cannot act at all. Oh, he's feeling. He has come to see you for help to feel better about himself. Like imagine when he was young. Yeah. He still not yet become a superstar.
Yeah.
A. Select some aspect of James' history and discuss how understanding nature-nurture interactions can help you make sense of this. 50 words. So I found it on study guide on page 18 and 19.
James's current problems are the result of combination between nature and nurture factors because his childhood experiences were not smooth, maybe, and satisfying both in his family and at school. Good. He rarely got appreciation from his father, but rather blaming and beating. If you want to copy and paste this in the chat,
okay.
I can. It looks very good though.
Yeah, thank you.
So I won't change much.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So, how do you think it's nature?
Let me check again. Not certified and both in family and at school. He really got appreciation from his father rather than blaming and beating. Then got lots of from nature. It's hard to find because his siblings are smart, are good at school, so there is no any problem from nature.
Only that he thinks he may have a learning disability. But the counselor couldn't really know that unless he was assessed, unless he went through some kind of cognitive testing.
Or maybe according to the story, like because poor family, he could not have enough like
or is that still
supplement or
nurture?
something. But supplement is also nurture, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard.
Yeah, it is. I thought somewhere he said he thought he had a learning disability. Is that there somewhere?
Yeah.
Where is that?
Here.
Oh, yes. He was a sensitive child and struggled at school with what he now recognizes was a learning disability.
Yeah.
I would say that was the nurture factor.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to copy and paste this.
Yes.
Almost finished.
Yes.
I just finished it.
James' current problems seem to be a result of a combination of nature and nurture factors, but perhaps more nature factors. Yes.
I think it's also good to say seems to be.
Yes.
Because, they often say take a tentative approach, like this might be the reason.
He now recognizes that he had a learning disability, nature factors, which made a school much more difficult. His belief. Yeah. Although he don't know whether he has had any cognitive testing.
Yeah, so he just says that he had a learning disability, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah. In regards to nurture factors, his childhood experiences in relation to both school and family were not positive. He rarely got appreciation from his father and mentions blaming and beating. He then got lots of negative feedback from teachers and bullying from friends. Those seem to be key causes of suffering from a mental health perspective, sense of inferiority, and hopelessness. Wow.
Oh, I just realized we should maybe change friends from students. Just because you wouldn't normally call a friend somebody who bullied you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Childhood.
Bullying from friends.
Bullying from students.
Yeah, might be better.
Student. Sounds good.
Good.
Okay, the next. Will ball-based attachment theory be useful for helping James to understand the challenges he is facing? Justify your reasoning. No, this question is designed to assess your ability to evaluate how applicable theory is in specific counseling context. You must demonstrate that you have considered the strengths and limitations of the theory. Mm. Uh, Sometimes it's not so clear to me, but let's check.
Yeah, I think this will be a little hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's.
Let me copy and
Mm,
send you. Yeah.
yeah, that looks good. Mm. I guess we have to look at what the limitations are.
Uh-huh. I know it was in on page 34 to 38.
Okay.
Here, limitation.
Mm.
You see that I show?
Oh, let me see. Do you want to scroll down? Uh, uh,
Relationship experience.
mhm. We haven't come to the limitations yet. Although attachment theory suggests potential lasting impact of earlier relationships. Hmm.
So because it's unclear to me, so I note many.
You've read it, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to read the case study of Heather?
Here.
Yeah, the case study.
Uh-huh. Heather describes a difficult attachment history to her counselor. Her mother suffered from poorly managed bipolar disorder and would swing from being affectionate and loving towards Heather to uh, subjecting her to frightening outburst. Outburst.
Like rage, sudden releasing. It's sort of like a release of something.
Okay. A rage culminating in verbal and physical abuse. Heather's adult interpersonal relationships are characterized by chaos,
Chaos.
chaos,
Mm.
chaos and high emotion. Chaos mean related with the mind, is it?
Chaos means when things aren't orderly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If a room is chaos, there's mess everywhere.
Okay.
Confusion, mess.
She tends to fall in love and become attached to a partner very quickly, experiencing strong feeling of jealousy and anger when she feels rejected or feels her partner pulling away. She will then desperately seek reassurance and validation from her partner. Heather tells the counselor that many of her past relationships have ended after a few months with one partner telling her that she was too needy. Heather's counselor has a good understanding of attachment theory and considers that Heather may have an insecure attachment style from formed as a way of coping with her childhood experiences. She explains to Heather that we are all biological designed to seek close connections with people. However, when early connections with caregivers are experienced as traumatic or inconsistent, children develop ways of coping that set up unhelpful patterns of relating to other people when they are adults. The counselor explains that Heather's behavior with partners is a way of dealing with her anxiety and fear about getting close to people or attachments.
Mm.
She also highlights the effects of her behavior on partners and how that may draw them towards doing the very thing that Heather fears, leaving her. Heather feels relieved that the problems she is experiencing are not because there is something fundamentally wrong with her, but because her childhood experiences have resulted in her reacting in problematic ways in close relationships. The counselor uses the counseling relationship to model a way of experiencing safe interpersonal relationship. She also teaches Heather techniques and strategies to self-manage the intense fear and anxiety she experiences in relationships rather than constantly looking to partners to reassure and soothe her. Soothe?
Soothe, make her feel better.
Ah.
You know, if we soothe the baby, we maybe pat the baby on the back.
Okay.
Make it feel better.
James,
Yeah.
problems.
I'm not really reading what the limitations are.
Oh, you just sent me
Oh, I copied and pasted, but it pasted the wrong one.
okay.
So yeah, that was from earlier. We did that one. Sorry. Yeah, I'm still unsure what the limitations are. But we can still do this part. So I posted this. I posted this to you or sent this to you, Satya. But I haven't talked about the limitations. So we could read this. You could see what you think. It's funny because when you went back to the student book, I also couldn't really see the limitations, or the limitations seemed to be that we need to encourage the person to move past these bad experiences in their childhood. So we've mentioned strength, but we haven't talked about limitations. I was wondering if a limitation could be nature factors. It could be a learning disability.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Did it say he had depression?
Like anxiety?
Yeah. Did it only mention anxiety, or did it say he had depression? I can't remember.
Not sure. sensitive.
Yeah, it doesn't say depression, does it? No, just
Yeah. Mention some like inferiority or hopelessness.
yeah, just an inferiority complex.
Yeah. It's hard to find the limitation of.
It is. The only limitation I could think of was whether he does have he needs some sort of cognitive testing.
Yeah.
And that's something that a counsellor couldn't do. You know, he'd need to see a psychologist who did cognitive testing.
Yes.
So I don't know if that could be a limitation, but he's a successful actor. So I guess what they're asking for is, how useful is this theory in helping this client? What might this theory not help with?
Yes.
So I suppose we could then look at Piaget's theory, how much that would help, how much each theory would help, and then maybe go back to the limitations.
Yes.
So if you like, you could send me this like you did the other one, because I don't think I saw this far down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'll go back and hopefully I've got that much of the study guide to go back. I think I will.
Yes.
If I don't, then I'll message you. And then before tomorrow's class, which I know you want to talk more about Dharma, but maybe just for a short time in the beginning, I can tell you what I came up with.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much, Chris.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Great. Yeah. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Have a good night.
Bye. Thanks. You too. Bye.